Welcome back to Shining from Within, the podcast where we explore the infinite amount of power and potential that lies within each and every one of us. I am your host with the most, Genevieve, and today's episode is a little different but very intentional. I want to talk about something that affects almost every working person, yet many of us don't fully understand it. What am I talking about? I want to talk about Napsa. This conversation is not just about fear and it's not about retirement being, like far away. It's about clarity, ownership, and making informed decisions today so that our future selves are taken care of. So, this episode is just purely educational and meant to help us understand the system better. I want to emphasize that if you have a personal situation, always consult Napsa directly. I am not part of the Napsa team. I just thought it wise that we talk about Napsa, what Napsa really is. And without further ado, I'll get right into what I presented. And by the way, I did a lot of consultations before I, came up with this short segment. So I'll be doing like a question and answer situation so that you can fully grasp what I am talking about. So the first question is, what is Napsa and why does it matter? So Napsa stands for National Pension Scheme Authority. In simple terms, it exists to help working people in Zambia save for life after employment. Yeah, so what that means is while we are strong, productive and earning today, NAPSA ensures that we don't reach a stage in life where we can no longer work and are left struggling. It's about financial dignity, stability, and continuity of life beyond active employment. So, what you can think of when you think NAPSA, you think of it as a long-term promise to yourself, like you make a long-term promise. Yeah. And then I think the second question would be, how does NAPSA work? Without complicating it, how NAPSA works is if you are formally employed, a portion of your salary goes towards NAPSA every month. Your employer also contributes, and over time, these monthly contributions accumulate. The longer and more consistent you contribute, the stronger your benefits become. This is why understanding NAPSA, like early in your career, is such a powerful personal development move. Because even when you're trying to, say, switch job opportunities, job roles, the impact that it will have on your NAPSA contributions. Yeah. And then there's also the third question delves into pension versus lump sum. What is the difference? So this is where a lot of people get confused. A pension is a monthly payment you receive after retirement. It gives you, like an ongoing income for life. While as a lump sum is usually paid when someone does not meet the minimum contribution period required to qualify for a pension. So a pension supports you once, while no. I'm getting it wrong. A lump sum supports you once, while a pension supports you for, like until the end of your life, depending on the contributions that you have made. So I'm sure most of you are thinking, who qualifies for a pension and who gets a lump sum? So generally speaking, like a person qualifies for a pension if they reach their retirement age and have contributed to NAPSA for, like a required minimum period. If someone has contributed for a shorter time and does not meet the pension threshold, they may receive a lump sum instead. And I think those that don't qualify, if you've not worked for more than 15 years, I stand to be corrected. But if you haven't worked for more than 15 years and you say you retire, you'll be paid out a lump sum because you do not qualify for a pension, which is like, you know, income, steady income after retirement. So, like if someone has contributed for a shorter time and does not meet the pension threshold, they may receive a lump sum instead. This is why consistency matters. Even career breaks and job changes, they make a difference. And understanding this early helps you plan better, for the future. Which option is better, pension or lump sum? If we are being honest and realistic, a pension is usually, like the safer and most sustainable option for most people. And why is this? Because, it provides regular income over time and protects you from exhausting all your money quickly. And you know how it is? It's like each and every one of us are routine oriented. So, say you've been working a 9 to 5, and then after retirement, you get this shock, this whole colossal amount of money, and then maybe, unfortunately, you blow it and you don't have, like a stable income coming in regularly. You end up, being in shock, going to early depression, and then unfortunately, most people end up, in an early grave because of such. But anyway, on the other end, like a lump sum can be useful, but only if it is managed extremely well without discipline or a plan. It can disappear. You know how money is. You see this, you see that, you're like, let me get this. I've heard of, like elderly people that say, okay, if I get the lump sum, I'm going on a vacation. I'll go to Jamaica, find a bunch of white girls. It's like different things. So a lump sum is tricky. It's for the disciplined, if you ask me. Yeah. So, the real question is not which one is more attractive, but which one protects your future better. The fifth question is, can people in the informal or self-employed sector contribute? This is a very important question, and the answer is yes. People in the informal sector or those who are self-employed can contribute to Napsa through voluntary contributions. So what this means is your financial future is not limited to where you work. What matters is awareness and initiative. So if you earn an income, you deserve a secure future. What I heard about this is you can actually contact Napsa. You register yourself. Say, for instance, you have a business and you're self-employed. You're in the informal sector. You contact Napsa and say, and even if you have workers under you as well, you can do that so that you begin to contribute towards their future and towards your own. So how does Napsa tie into personal development? I would like us to reflect on, personal development is not only about mindset, confidence, or productivity. It's also about planning and discipline, and also in the long run, the long-term thinking. So why does this topic matter? Understanding systems like Napsa teach us, delayed gratification, responsibility, consistency, self-respect for our future. It's very easy to blow money on, like things, materialistic things. And I'm a material girl, but I have some discipline. I think we should get to a point where we're thinking about our future, for posterity, or even not our future, for posterity's sake. What that means is what happens after you're gone, because it is important and imperative, which is the same word, to think about if you have a family, what's going to happen when you're gone? How do you take care of these people or yourself if you be around, for the long haul? You don't want to become a burden in the long run, Yeah, so you want to ensure that you've secured your future while you are in the present. You don't need to earn millions to, make a good plan. You just need clarity and be intentional about what you want. In closing, what I would like to emphasize is your future is not, it can't be built overnight. It is built quietly through decisions that you make today when no one is watching. So understanding Napsa is not about age, it's about ownership. And I would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Until next time, this has been your host with the most, Genevieve. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.